Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another edition of Passive Income Central with your host, Luke Brooks. I have a special guest coming all the way from the Philippines. They're actually in the Philippines, but we're making our connection globally, and that's how we're supposed to do. So, right now, for the folks that are tuning in, again, you can catch this right now. There's many ways to catch it. You can catch it on replay if you need to catch it on replay, and it's going to be broadcast later on sometime this week on YouTube. So it's just something to put out. So with Passive Income Central, we do talk about the things that actually matter to you the most in regards to starting your business, knowing what you need to do to get those steps done without all the guesswork. A lot of people that have been on this platform has eliminated the guesswork and told you directly how to do it. Normally, people who would charge you thousands of dollars just to tell you exactly how to do this. But with this show, we had a benefit where we can get right down to the point without all that frustration. So with me, I have Miss Rose Jean. I'm gonna give you her bio here, and she can jump in there if I got something wrong here. But from what I understand, Miss Rose Martinez, a former house cleaner in the Middle East with no online experience, began
Yeah.
her career in online marketing journey in 2007. She started with Facebook to start her social media growth for her online business. She discovered that it was possible with zero knowledge of how to tap into the market using automation tools to create a new source of income. Miss Rose has been by accessing uh, groups and other online social media platforms. She was able to develop simple methods of creating a passive income online. Rose will discuss with us how anyone can do the same strategy that she uses to grow her income and group. Thank you, Miss Rose, for coming to our show. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Very, very good. Hello, everyone. Those watching this our live. Hello. How are you, everyone? And my name is Rosin Al Martinez. I'm here in the Philippines. It's 3 a.m. here in the Philippines.
Mm,
And Mr. Brook is on Hawaii. Okay. Thank you for
yep.
those who watching. And I know everyone they before we have videos together. I know everyone will watching this one live or replay, so you can recognize us as of course we're doing live to sharing these thoughts about what's going on in online world, online marketing, and everything that we can share everyone with you. You can get the information that we can help you how to produce a passive income in your business also. Okay.
Exactly. That's exactly how you got to do it right there. And that's the best way how to do it. Um, a lot of
Yes.
folks out here have the notion that, this is going to be like, oh man, quick rich scheme. People say, well, I just got to do one, two things and that's it. And it's not truly that way. It's like after you get everything built up, you can dial it down because you built those things in place. And, with everything going on, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that to handle, but it's better. I would say this: it's better to know it instead of someone trying to dictate it to you, as far as like a boss telling you, "Hey, you are gonna be doing this. You're gonna be doing that. You got to come into work like that." So, I mean, it's uncertainty, and with doing this whole online business thing, as far as just creating your own online business, it creates you to have unlimited income. So we'll go ahead and ask Miss Rose some questions here.
Yes.
Let's see what we have here. Okay, so tell us, how did you get involved with online sales, as far as your background with Facebook and other social media uh, tools to grow your leads and sales?
Yes, I was starting when I was OFW way back 2015, 2019. I've been 4 years working as overseas contract worker. So when I was starting on this business, I have no knowledge, zero knowledge, not at all. Okay. So when I'm here in the Philippines before I came to abroad, already have a business traditionally. Okay, traditionally, I don't how to do an online social media. I'm not connected with that. Okay. So I'm the person that only person by person I can spoke, sell stock, and like this buy my products by personally going to my store, physically store, and of course I have a background that sell stock when I was before. I'm promodizer in the mall. So I am the one person that always talking to the person, very friendly to the people. So because that's my mother raised us or raised me to be independent to yourself and to earn money as young here in the Philippines. So when I was came to the Middle East, of course the income is not, even if you are going to abroad, doesn't mean that you have a lot of money that you earn. So every cents, every peso that you need to working very hard. So I just thinking, how can I multiply my money? I want to go back to the Philippines that I can stand my own business because that's my goal when I go to the abroad. And then 2017, of course, I'm not techie. I don't know how the automation. I don't know zero of anything. And then one time when I open my mobile, I see the one person or one company that they offer that, oh, this is the learning this is the learning social affiliate platform. Okay, it's open mind. Its name, it's open mind learning social affiliate platform that is you can they teaching you how to starting as online entrepreneur. But I don't have idea what's that because I don't involve even Facebook. I don't have. And then of course this idea that I always watching and always asking the question, and then after that decided to join that courses. That's a courses learning center that I believe it teaching me how to in this online because it demand. Of course, even if I can personally ask person that buy my products, so I can promote in the social media. So that's moment is a social media, is the Facebook. It's very people will always jumping on selling like this. I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be like that. I don't know how to start. So that's the moment that I starting 2017, and then I start that company, that learning center give me everything that I need to learn. So that's why I met another entrepreneurs. Of course, I enter in the social media, so I have a lot of people and coaches and mentors that I following, and I asking them about what I can do, what first step that I need to do. So people they is telling me is follow this mentor, listening to their live, and of course I wanted to be like them. They doing a live, they are very positive to what they sharing and thoughts and everything. And then I said I want to be like that. I want to be sharing. I want to be spoke to the people that how I express myself and tell that this is what I want. This is what the product that I want to introduce. How I speak with. So that's the moment that I starting and I met my mentors. She is a woman and she producing very early that's the time that she teaching me. We are 100 student that moment. And then of course I paid the courses. I trusted her because everything that she live doing or anything that she promoted, I feel that she meant for me that she teaching how I started this online. So that's I don't know what is branding. I don't have any idea because even if you're doing a Facebook live, if the people doesn't know what you go and what you wanted to say, people doesn't like to watching you. So that's the moment that I want to someone to teach me what it's my what I need to posted, what I want to blog to written to the people that this is what I wanted to present it to the people, especially online. So that's the time that I started and curiosity and of course step by step learning process. It's not like what I have right now. It's a learning process. It's 2017 until now. It's since 2 years and coming 3 years that I am here in the social media. That's my first step when I'm this social media.
Got you. That makes sense right there. And really though, like you say that, you didn't go to no special school. You didn't go, you know, enroll online to any schoolhouses to do this. You basically say, you know what, I'm tired of the way things are. I know I got to go back home to the Philippines, and I know I got to generate money. And you just did it. That's amazing.
Yes, that's the
Um,
goal.
as far as entrepreneurs go, what are some basic tools that, just to say I was a brand new person and I came to you as one of your students, and I like, Miss Rose, Coach Rose, what do I need to have to get started exactly? Like I know it's a laptop, but like what basic things would you say to someone like me being brand new to it? What would I need to have to just get started with online sales?
Of course, when you're starting this online, you need, or for me, this is my opinion. For me, the first things that you need to do is to find a mentor. For me, this is my experiences mentor. And then after that, this mentor is teaching you how to find what is niche, the niche that you wanted to promote. It's very important, the niche. Of course, you are not talking to the Facebook for your popularity only. You need to direct to the point. What is the product you wanted to promote? So it's important the niche. Okay? And then of course, the system that you need to use to promote that niche. Okay? And very importantly, when you having this product, whatever it's affiliate marketing, there's a lot of niche that you want to choose, right? We need to be specific because for me, I like physically products. Okay? So I joined before I affiliate marketing, or of course digital marketing, teaching, and then. But for me, I love to e-commerce and I love to sell physical products that I know that I can. People will appreciate it what I'm trying to suggest to them, um, because the product that I want to introduce, it's because of the benefits of their health. Because also before I was always have a problem in my health problem, so that's the reason why I want to share this one product. I want to share this one product because if someone looking at what I what this product helping for me, I am the one to the testimony. It's one of the way you can sell your products, your testimony. So my mentor teaching me how brand myself. So brand myself, your testimony, and then of course how to face the camera and doing a live. It's not easy to doing a live. Most of entrepreneurs they are afraid to doing a live like this because they thinking that they are not good looking, or they assume to themselves that they not good speaking fluent speak to the people, to the audience. They afraid. But for me, I want to overcome my fear. I want to express myself who I am, accept the people who I am, because I want the goal or mission to them to help them, and at the same time I earn also. So that's
I
the
see what you're
thing
saying.
that I wanted to starting. It's a branding. Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense right there. That makes sense. A lot of people don't know where God, and that was the thing with me when I did it. I went off of a bet, not bet. I won't say bet. I would say I went off a stupid video where a lady showed some money and she flipping money like that in her hand, and she like, I get paid every week, and you can too. Click on a link below. So you click on a little link, and you pay them some money, and they say, here's the tools, but then you turn around and say, what do I do next? And then they just disappear. They don't teach you anything, they don't say anything, or they lie to you and they say, hey, you know, you need to go post. Now I'll tell you what happened. I won't even give an example. I'll just tell you exactly what happened. She told me to go all up and down Panama City Beach, Florida, and start printing out these little papers and start posting them on telephone lines, doors, and everything. And all that shit got like basically taken off by the city. And they got mad. You're not working hard enough. You're not doing this, and it's just the wrong expectations because she literally was like, "You get paid every week like me," knowing that's not how that initially starts. You have to build up somewhere. You have to scale correctly, and she never did that stuff. So I had to end up getting another mentor, and that's true. You have to have the right mentor at the end of the day because if you don't have that right mentor, you'll be out there wasting your time out in the streets and stuff. Um, and I guess that follows in on that. Were you an overnight success, or did you have to work for it as far as starting your online business?
Of course, you need to hard for it, working hard for it. Before, when I was, of course, starting to, of course, I need to learn how to set up my Facebook, how to set up my FB pages. I don't know before. I don't know what's that. And then how to
Yeah,
set up everything, the business manager. So when I was starting like that, of course, almost I'm working maybe 14 hours, 15 hours, and then I give 3 hours more than to learning everything, technical know-how, how to click this one, how to copy the link this one, how to send my messenger, how to do it, everything that I need to set up. It takes too long, really. It takes too long. And even if that time I'm working, I'm learning, I'm a student studying, and of course, mostly I already 2 hours only I sleep every day. Every day. I sacrifice my time, I I effort and everything because I want my goal that this is the way, even it's too hard for this moment. I know in the future I can earn what I reap today. So that's why I focusing, even I you need to sacrifice time, money, effort, and everything. Because if you love this business and this is the way to getting what your goal, to getting your passive income, you need to sacrifice.
I see what you're saying. You make that makes sense right there. So, going through this, like we talked about the sacrifice and whatnot. What roadblocks did you face early on, and how did you overcome them?
And of course, when it's happened to me, or of course, the first thing that I hold back for me, it's myself. Of course, you first thing to do is asking yourself, if I can do this, if I can open myself on the social media. Of course, they have a lot of people, they like you, doesn't like you. Are you ready? Are you ready for that? You need to be ready for yourself. Okay? And then, of course, um, to getting their success, first of all, your family, they asking why you're doing like that. There people holding you back and telling you, oh, don't look like that. They ashame you. I feel that way. Even if my family, they asking why you doing like that. And of course, I have my own goal, and they don't understand what it's my thing, what I want to do. Only I know it's one day when I go back to the Philippines, I can explain everything. But for me, I'm doing this online. People will watching me. All my relatives, they ask, oh, Rosine is in on the live and Facebook. Of course, people will looking at you and people will know you. Be ready for yourself for this social media. And of course, I encountered all the bashers, they telling to me not good for the comments that I received when I was doing a first Facebook live before. They telling me she doesn't fluent well to speak English like that. I can hear like that, and they said, oh, they always telling that not feeling well for me, that they down what I want to share to the people. But for me, I know God giving me talent. It means that my goal and mission is good for everybody. So keep going, keep going. And then I don't people listening to them what they talking to me. I know I doing right. I never people eliminating. I don't even people telling any bad for them, but they telling me all the bashers that telling me you're not good like that. So there's always two voices in this world, the good and the bad. So you need to accept that when you here in the social media. Be ready for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I would tell you this too, and this might hurt people's feelings, but the worst ones that I encountered was family. And it's not that family's being being facetious. They're not doing it intentionally. They're just trying to protect people because if they're not used to you saying, I'm not going to be working a job that's a 9 to 5 where I have to punch a clock in and work so many hours, got to trade in my time to actually go to job, get money. I'm just gonna do my own thing, and I get paid the way I want to. It goes beyond their thought because we have been indoctrinated. I've been indoctrinated partially to a point where it's like that doesn't make sense, but I've seen it doing like my experience with just working straight commissions, working where depending on how many people come through the door, not how many hours per se, but how many people come to the door, I can get them to buy something from me and then end up buying that product. Or whether you're doing e-commerce where I sold my grandma's car, online. People can't imagine it, but it does happen. And you do have family who will say things as if, hey, I think this is a scam. Hey, you know what you're doing. You better stop doing it because something's gonna happen. Why don't you come back? And it kind of reminds me. I wish I had a picture where the man is climbing up and it says he's going in the direction of change, but he's got family pulling him down, co-workers pulling him down. They don't do it. Stay down here with us. It's good down here, but they
Yes,
know it's not
job
good because
mentality.
yeah, because anyone who tells you this, like if you only have one source of income you're setting yourself up for failure because if you lose that job, there's no security. Rather than just say, you know what, I'm just gonna just sit here and just do this one job because you can get hurt at your job, you can lose your job being laid off, you can do all these different things that can happen to you, and now you're in an extreme situation. The thing that I will tell people, like you say too, is that you got to overcome that fear within yourself because that's the greatest setback right there. It's just even if you're working out, whether you're trying to stop smoking, whether you're trying to give a bad habit, a bad relationship, you want to be able to say, you know what, at the end of the day, it's me that's got to let go of the bad self right there. And you have to do it, and you're absolutely right. Um, the next question for you: what tools and resources did you use early on when you got onto Facebook to start generating, I would say leads or people that will start following you, start buying your product? What did you initially use to get people to come to you?
At first, the very powerful for me, it's me. Okay, the Facebook Live, the first the tools that I use. Why? Because the Facebook Live is powerful, and people will when they see you in the live, and they straight directly commented you asking you about what you're promoting. Okay, so that's the big impact for those who watching. And of course Facebook, of course they see you when you're live. Of course they spreading all of people that wanted to watch your live. So Facebook live, of course I running not now, but I running and studying Facebook ads, because I know Facebook ads is very powerful for me, because of course a lot of entrepreneurs they know that. But for me, I want to run my first Facebook ads when I choose the one product only. But till now, I don't run the Facebook ad, but I studying right now. Okay. And then, of course, I doing a sales talk. And of course, one of the way that I earning, I earn my, even if I was doing a live, of course, the people appreciate, the people feel what I wanted to help them, like me, that situation, because you can connect person to promoted whatever they sales talk to you, because they connected to me what my experience also, because all of the overseas Filipino workers like me, they appreciating what I'm doing, so they trusted me every day that I doing a live. So before I was only one people they watching me, and then another day five, four, and then of course I experiencing 1K views Facebook every day that I doing a live. And then of course the changes every day, the changes every day. So I said, wow, before I was nobody one watching to me, that doesn't want to listening what I'm sharing to this Facebook live. And then when I see one views, oh my god, it's fulfillment for me. It means people they they getting the information that they like to hear, the information that I want to share, and I connected with them. The important is you connected to those audiences, to those prospect, to those customer. That's the goal. Okay, and then I'm happy when I entering the social media, and then that's it. The time that I focusing my branding, and then even if the Filipino community, the first my audience is Filipino community, the coaches, the mentors, and before that the those influencer entrepreneurs, coaches in the Philippines, they doesn't listening to me. At that moment, every day, every month, it comes each and every day that I'm doing, I'm comfortable, I'm talking, and then the watching, wow, I'm happy, and of course the earn, the passive income, that's a happy moment that, oh, I can buy it, I can sell it, I can send the money already. So tell me where we can buy this one. So I'm so happy. Of course, that's the moment that the first earn. Okay, that's the moment that you say, that's it, I got it, I got it. This is the way I wanted. That's
Mm,
it's the moment that when you earn the money. Okay, and then of course I met those people, and then of course challenging myself that, okay, even if Filipino community, I want to go to the internationally. Of course, it's not my language, English not my language, it is my second language. Okay, and then of course I want to be expanded myself, I want to expand. Okay, not only the
absolutely.
Filipino community, I want the avatar of internationally. And then that's why I met you, I met the other coaches, the mentor. Oh my god, of course I'm happy, same like a child. Yay, me, they looking at you, I got it, Rosin, I get you.
Wow.
That's the
Wow.
moment that I want happy.
Shoot. So let me
But
ask you this. Let me cut through here and ask you this right here. From what you did in the beginning to now, how much has changed as far as the world of Facebook and social media that has made you change up your processes as far as how to do the approach, how to do the videos or whatnot? You started off in 2007 and now it's 2021. Have you seen
2020.
any changes that was like, oh, okay, I got to do it this way differently versus what I did back at the very beginning?
Yes, of course. Of course, you wanted much more passive income that I want to earn, of course. So the first thing that I experiences, I get three digit numbers. So 70,000 in a peso. So first time that I, wow, it's impossible. It's possible. No, then of course I searching again. I asking to the coaches or the mentors, and then of course asking how I can more evolve this kind of online business. So they introduced me. You need to automate. You need to automate your marketing. Okay, automation. What is automation? I don't know. I don't know what's that. Only I use always Facebook, Messenger. That's it. That's only the way that I started. But now they teaching me you need to have your own website. You need to buy your domain. I don't know like that. Honestly, I don't know like that. What's that? It's so crazy. And then they starting teaching me everything step by step. Okay. Yes.
So yeah, automation is the key to it now. Because I remember that too. Like back in the day, you would be up, you say, hey, go to my page or go to my profile. That's it. There's a link to go to my product. Now you gotta have it where it's like you have to create your own avatar, I believe, from what we're saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're creating your avatar, meaning that
Yes.
your own landing page,
Yes.
your own bridge page, and then to your sales page. You're just walking that customer through as if you're physically there, saying, hey, this is what I'm showing you.
Yeah.
This is why it works for you. This is what you told me. If you hear basically saying, hey, you put your email in here because you wanted to know how to do ABC, and I am showing you ABC, or I'm solving the problems of ABC. This is the solution to ABC. This is what it does for you, and this is what we're asking for to close the sale right here. Because you got to ask for the sale. Always be closing as if I was taught by my manager a long time ago when I was working at AT&T. Always be closing. Uh, if you had to start all over again with Facebook or any of these social media platforms that you have just to grow your leads and sales in today's world with today's tools, time constraints, and other factors, what would you do differently, or more often, or more less, or more faster, or not at all?
Of course, I more faster because if you well known about how to automate, you listen the time that you need to working out because you already set up the panels and everything, email marketing, auto any chatbot and everything. So if you set up this puzzle, this machine, okay, this is the machine eh. You need to set up those machine, but it's not easy to set up. Okay, a lot of time, a lot of um, learning that you need to set up correctly this sales panel. For me, I need the sales panel, and I'm working out right now my sales panel because I need to specific those who audiences and prospect that and customers that I need to targeting. And then of course, these panels that I have right now, it's I no set up everything. Okay? But very importantly, they help me to generate more income than before. So I need to more faster and lessen time to working, and of course I have a lot of time to do what I need to do in my life because I already my funnels, I already my machine. So that's a very I need to focusing right now. But because my money making machine, my money making machine is not yet finished. But I know this is will be finished soon. But this is my money making machine. They called money making machine.
That's true. Well, we call it the ATM machine.
Oh,
They go to the
yes, we didn't
ATM.
say no. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
because once you get
true.
it
That's the
going,
code. I know.
that's what happened to me. I was just laying in the bed and I was like, let me go check on my ClickFunnels account. And I say, I didn't know I got paid like that. And I was like, okay, let me go back to sleep. That's a sweet feeling right there where you're not looking for a paycheck. The paycheck is looking for you. And I tell people this, like, you
Yes.
got to get on this. Like, if you have ever had any hesitation, you got to look at what's going on now. We're in a pandemic. With online sales, it eliminates you
And
doing
it's
any face to face
pandemic.
contact with anyone. This will help you out in regards to creating that wealth because a lot of jobs over here have been laid off. More jobs are going to be laid off because of this pandemic. And this is not just a local thing. This is
Yes.
not a regional thing. This is a global thing. So the best thing to do is to get into this marketing. Don't wait until it's too many people out there and you're trying to figure out what to do. I'm telling you, like Miss Rose did it. She has did it. She has did it. She has went to the mountaintop and she's showing you what she's doing. She's telling you what she's doing. So I mean, guys, don't be the one to be like, "Well, I don't know." You don't know, but next thing you know, you get a knock on the door, and they say, "We gotta let you go, man, because we can't do the work." Because right now, true fact, the thing for the United States right now, and I don't like to get into politics, but the president has just signed an executive order to stop the whole oil piping drill into reservations. So that has laid off over 11,000 workers, over 11,000 workers right
laid
now. But
out.
now that's going to start driving up prices on gas. If you ain't already have enough money, your money's about to go away now. I can see now in Hawaii, gas is almost $4 a gallon. You know, back in California, it's probably going to be close to $5. So we're talking about things to offset the income or to entirely replace the income that you have. So it's something for y'all to think about right here. So even when they start off, Rose, you know, and they're freaking out right now. You done got them into this product. They're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. What would you tell them to focus on to in order to succeed for both short term and long term goals? What would you just tell them? Say, hey, put your blinders on for this. What would you tell them to focus on? If it was just one thing that they needed to focus on, what should they focus on?
For me, long term. I think it's a long term. For me, that's my answer. I just am sharing the thoughts right now. Just a simple thoughts, okay? I just have a paper here, okay? This. And this is a simple instruction, okay? So I write it in this one box, okay? It's my mentor, they called, what do you call it's a pyramid time. The other term there, the other term, but for me it's a pyramid time. Okay, so when you're starting in this, okay, anybody can watching, okay, I just write it. Did you see this one? If you are starting to invest your knowledge, learning, of course they have a lot of space here. You need to take time to learning. Okay, and after that, every day you are the empty cup. You're learning everything in this to set up your automation, sales funnels, and everything. Many chatbot, of course, there's chatbot, email marketing, auto responding, and everything. It's lesson to take the time that you wanted to get your passive income. Okay, but the simple demonstration that will understand you that if you working right now, depend how you pass to learn to save the time, or now you can do even if you're 1 month you focusing to set up everything. So another month you can relax and set back on yourself, and all you have to do to focusing to protein, because everything in the machine you set up, everything is set up already. So it's up to you. You're the one to get your passive income by your time and effort, right? So if you
Yeah,
wanted to get your goal in the long term or the short term, is that it's it's all about you. It's up to you. We can never
that makes
say that, oh,
sense.
it's good for a short term, it's good for a long time. You're the one to control everything if you want to pass or short or long, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You're the one to control yeah.
You're so right. You're right
Those
about that.
people watching right now, I pointers the thoughts that straight to the point. You're the one to control your success.
That's true. That's so true. What are the best Facebook and social media hacks to grow your leads and sales? I think you already answered this one. I think you already talked about, so let's skip
Yes.
that one. Any tips for time management when it comes to Facebook or using any of those automation tools that you're mentioned before to grow your sales?
I don't hear
Are there any tips that
the
you
sound.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, go.
Okay.
Yes.
Are there any tips for time management when it comes to using Facebook or any other social media platform to grow your leads and sales?
Okay. For me, to be have a time management, you need to, of course, look. You need to set in one goal, and the time management. Example, every day you need to give 4 hours. For me, this is also my my thoughts again, okay? We are different idea or different strategies that we wanted to do our online business. But for me, I always give a lot of time. Even if every day I have a lot of, I'm busy mom, really, I'm busy mom. Even anyone watching right now, I'm busy mom. We have, all of us have God giving us 24 hours. We are all 24 hours have in one day, right? So, the 24 hours I need to divide to give the 12 hours for my kids. Everything. Everything, my kids. I also teacher. I'm a teaching also the children. And of course, a lot of irresponsible commitment in the church, in my community. I'm not also for doing online because I also have a business also. Okay? And of course, I am a mother. I am a teacher. I am of course the a lot of responsibility in my life. But give the time at least 3 hours for me. 3 hours I give. Okay, I sit down after I do everything. I sit down 3 hours. Everything that I need to do a list. Hello, everyone, list. Hello. I have a I have a list. I have a take notes everything. Hello.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I have a
Yeah.
patient. I have to write it every points because when I was watching the videos that I need to studying or learning, I take a note because I wanted to be everyone to be specific. Take an always listen. Very important. Get your calendar notes. That's, Coach
That's true.
Brooks know that because I said, oh, what's the time? I need to note it. And like, what? A lot of I have many books here. Write it every day, every time. Because we
Yeah.
need to remember everything that okay, we're watching the videos, strategies and tips. I need to take notes. Because when I sit
Yeah.
down in the 3 hours that I giving to me, I need to apply. Apply all those on the spot. Don't say, I
Yeah.
tomorrow I do it. Oh God, it's good. But when you're
You're
learning
right.
this one, go, apply now. And then of course, time will
Hmm.
make you management every day.
You're right.
That's what I'm
Yes.
doing every day.
You're right. You are so right. You're telling the truth. So, I
Yes,
mean,
it's
it's
true.
true. I mean, you tell the
Looks
truth.
know that.
The people got to do these things because if they sit around and don't do it, and things happen
Yeah.
where they don't jump on it because
They doing
you
it
hear the old you hear the old saying where they're saying, well, you know what, I'm gonna just wait for the opportunity. Opportunity waits for no one. You have to go take the opportunity. You got to go hunt it down and make it yours. You got to take it by the horns, as they say. So it's very critical for people to take that in mind. Now, let me ask you this: since we're talking about automation, do you think it's easier or harder to do the new automation uh, training that you're talking about? You know, when someone's coming out here now to say, "Well, I'm brand new. It's 2021. I've decided to follow Coach Rose." Um, do you think it'll be hard for them to pick up on the new automation tools that you're talking about, or you think it might take them some time to get a handle of it?
no. No, they have you know what? A lot of have new ideas, new coaches, new mentors that you can watching over Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter. They promoting different strategies. The question is where who is the best you wanted to listen. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You need to listen to those people detailing. Of course, mostly I saw when I'm here inside the social media. Of course, my
Mm-hmm.
eyes looking at everything around my social media. So mostly the entrepreneurs, they hyping, they telling, bragging on you this, oh, when you come here in my business, oh, it's 5 days, you can earn this 5-digit number, you can, everything, propaganda, everything, strategies, fall on your, you can watch everything. And then, of course, you are no idea, oh, I want like that. to get my goal. I want to get earn of this what big money of like that. I want to, of course, they is giving you strategies that you're getting idea, and of course they hyping you. But take note, be be awareness. Okay,
Yeah.
you can know the person or those online entrepreneurs promoting their products or anything digital marketing. First, you need to spy. You need to become ninja. You need to become spies. If they telling this one, you need to follow their Facebook, the pages, and everything that information about that people. Yeah, spy this Coach Luke Brooks,
That's
Elite
true.
Enterprise.
That's
This is a
true.
legit. He's a legit. He's a legit. Even me, you can follow me.
That's what
You
you
need
gotta
to find
do.
those people promoting are legit or not, or they bragging in you. So need to be awareness for that.
That's true. That's true.
Be
You're
alert.
so right.
Yeah.
So since you brought that up, who are some of the big players in the Philippines that you recommend? Because we have an audience that's in the Philippines as well too. So I'm specifically aiming at the Philippines. Who are some of those big players that you tend to follow, if they're not in the Philippines or whoever it may be that you pay
Of
attention to?
course.
That you so for me, I usually follow Russell Brunson, right? I follow him because he's got ClickFunnels. I try to figure out how he's marketing stuff. I got his books, and I look at what those people are inside that group are doing. Who are the big players? Who do you typically follow if you know my name, or what particular groups that you follow?
Of course. Look, even Brooks.
Not me. I'm just an average guy.
You're good. Yes, of course. Okay. But you of course even his looks teaching me how to automate, or you know how to automate this one. He's sharing to me. He's sharing to me. He tell me what I am missing part of my automation. He's telling advices to me. We sharing thoughts every day that we're talking. Oh, do you know what is this one? And then of course I watching this mentor. Okay, we sharing the thoughts. You need to be connected to everybody, coaches. You not be alone in this island, in this era. You need to be connected everyone to gain more knowledge, and of course to more connected to the people. You're not alone. By promoting yourself, you is starting by your no, you need to be connected like what we did. We met in the 30 days live challenge,
That
Coach
makes
Brooks.
sense.
And then
Yeah.
starting up with the same goals. With the same goals. Then of course, and I follow Grant Cardone. How he speak to those people, to those folks that he teaching. So wow, so expensive his live webinar, live audience. Wow. And then Ty Lopez, nobody, of course, everyone we know Ty Lopez. Hello, Ty Lopez. And then,
That's true.
everyone I wanted to get her strategies, how they talking, how they telling people about what is this all about. So of course those influencer mentors, you watching, you following them, you can get information that will put in your puzzle to be made. Okay, this is a puzzle that one by one you need to um created everything in your machine. And then of course Robert Kiyosaki, hello. Robert Kiyosaki. One of my posted and all the quotes that I inspire him is because his Robert Kiyosaki is very genius. He's focusing everything about online marketing and the sharing the books and everything. And then of course, Frank Kern. I have
That
a
makes
lot of the mentors and coaches influencer here that I following. Okay, and then of course they giving free training, so you can grab it. Of course, if you wanted to, you have a money, of course, when you getting this business, of course, it's not free. Hello. It's not free. We need to get a capital. We need to pay if you wanting to watching like this, or courses that you wanted to learn and invested your knowledge. So you need to pay. Okay. Don't always thinking that, hello, I want to earn money, but I want to be no capital. Hello,
That
it's
makes
not true.
sense. So how do you stay up to date with all the new things, Rose, without being overloaded? You had listed a lot of new things, and I can see how a new person coming into the market can be like, "This is way too much." How do you do it? How do you manage to do all that?
Overload. Sometimes too much, too much information. So you need to
Yeah, how do
be
you filter it?
specific. What is only the person? You're the one to answer that question. You're the one first to answer that question. What is your share about that?
How I do it? I was asking you, I was like, how do you filter through all that? Because it's like if a brand new person comes in there, I can see what they're saying, where they can get overwhelmed. For example, ClickFunnels, right? You get ClickFunnels, you got 14 days.
Mm.
If you don't have enough time to figure it out in 14 days, and they're just overwhelmed, they're just like, this is way too much. I've been up 24 hours. I can't sleep. I don't know. This is too much. What would? How do you do it? Because you you don't lose no sleep like that. You're just knocking it out. How do you filter through all this new stuff?
Of course, I have my mentor offering me X panel. Last month only I used a click panels. She
Mm-hmm.
offering us a click panels, and I subscribers 1 month. I think it's $99.
Mm-hmm.
It's a click panels.
Right.
Okay, $99 because she get the of course I don't know is she promoting she speak about this owner of this click panels, but of course this is the course that she teaching these courses. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
click panels, how to of course that's the first time that I use the click panels, but I'm not well known much for now because this is my last month that I use. I said to you because before I was have a company that have already the sales funnels that only I do a promotion. But now this I need to set up the click funnels that I subscribe every monthly to my mentor. I have not much idea about this click funnels right now because I said to you I'm starting to domain mapping. I said to you before, oh, this is my first time that I set up my click funnels. So I am in the way of doing my domain mapping for a while this one, but I have no idea another. I know exploring for this. You can share
Okay.
it because you are already know how to.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense right there. Let me see what else we
Uh,
get, because you knocked out a lot of my questions out here. You knocked out a lot of it. Uh, what final thoughts do you have to help motivate entrepreneurs to get started or to take that step forward on creating their own online business to take it to the next level like you have done? What would you tell them?
of course, um, click panels. Click panels. You know the now is click panels is the number one that I can recommend it for those who want to starting, especially that automation. Everything is the click partners, but it's expensive. I know the click partners very expensive. I know. If you can afford it, so you can subscribe or you can join to Coach Brooks offering the click panels if you wanted. For me, it's a click panels. But for now, it's already I exploring but I not more than know about what's going on to the click funnels because before I said again before I have already set up the funnels that I came from my company. So now that to build up my that I wanted to buy my own domain chip, Cloudflare and everything. So I'm not more than well known about that.
Got you, got you,
But for me, it's ClickFunnels. Number one is
got you.
ClickFunnels, right? I know he's a
Okay, all right. So I guess from what that means is that guys, the first step is to get you a ClickFunnels account. You know that will help you going. I know with ClickFunnels
you are
in
the
all, you will be able to go through their affiliate boot camp. It's 100 days of that boot camp. It doesn't cost you anything to go through that boot camp. If you go through the 30 days challenge, that's a little bit more faster, but you get going real fast. And I have went through it 2 times in my life, and it's pretty fun. I mean, yeah, it requires you to have accountability. So I think that's the first step. I know it's the first step to do that if you're gonna go at that angle. And then, for me, I will tell you this, that you need to be able to look into problem solving. Being in the Navy myself, we are the problem solvers. A commissioned officer, you have to figure out those problems.
yes,
So
your problem solver.
I tell people this, that you need to look at the big three. The big three are weight loss, relationships, and making money online. You can't never go around with that. You need to dial down and look at which one you want to go to. And then before you start doing that, you actually want to go ahead and go to those groups in Facebook. Look at the groups, look at the problems that people are talking about, and get your head wrapped around like what product or products that you may offer. Go to the source of that solution, meaning that you go through ClickBank. You can go through ClickBank and actually look at, and that's what I'm recommending. I'm not going to sit there and say ClickBank is the only source of that solution, but you can go to many of those products on ClickBank, and then you could get some of that free information from those vendors, and then you can start tailoring your products. And there's more into it, but you need to be able to address that so that way people can come to you and say this person's got this stuff going on. So I think that to me is the best way to go. And then also start your morning off. Start your morning off whether you're working out, whether you gotta go and just listen to some motivational speaking. Because for me, I always meditate.
Yes,
I meditate when I wake up, and I tell myself that we got this. If you're a religious person like I am, uh, or a spiritual person like I am, I always pray. I get my mind right before I step out the door to deal with people, and that way, that that energy's coming off positive for the rest of the day. Versus I'm taking something bad and I ride it on, because you got to understand that there is a law of attraction. Whether you do something good, whether you do something bad, if something comes bad to
yes,
you or something goes good to you, that you may not be able to control those things, but you can always control your attitude towards those things, and you'll be able to get through. So, with that in mind, Miss Rose, how can people find out more about you and what you do? Can you give us a link, or where can people check you out? Can they come visit you on Facebook? Like, how can people get to Miss Coach Rose Jean Martinez?
yes. Thank you. And if you wanted to follow me or if you are interested, what is my product all about? Tereren, obviously. Ching! Okay, this is how I have promoted. I have a herbal products, barley, and Coach Luke Brooks know about barley. And of course, this is a herbal product that I share to those every since that I started in this online. Barley, barley, barley. And then of course, I have a e-commerce store online, of course. And if you wanted to catch me, my Facebook profile, Rosin L. Martinez, the one and only your Darna Wonder Woman. And then of course, I have also my FB pages, Darna again, Darna Pinay Negsyante, and of course my YouTube channel. I have my YouTube channels. Thank you for subscribing, 630 subscribers. Thank you very much for the supporting and loyal to me, to following still now, supporting me. Thank you. And catch my YouTube channels, Rosian R. Martinez, Darna Online Marketing and Vlogs. Okay, it's all about the marketing and tips and strategies that I can share to you free. You can do only to watching, like, share, and subscribe the button. Okay. then of course, a lot of things that I share, and you can come to my Facebook. Okay, so you can get connected with me. Okay, so later
Oh,
or when I post it on my timeline, I put it in the comment section, my link. You will get connected with me, and of course, Coach Luke, even Brooks. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I'm telling y'all guys, this is a great show. So we're gonna wrap it up. I thank you for coming in, Coach Rose. Uh, you'll probably hear more from her again. We had did this before. We actually did one in the Philippines back in 2019 or 2020. It was in that December. No, it was in 2020 January. So guys, check her out. She's got over 282 videos and counting, and she does have quite a bit of subscribers. So, guys, you got to definitely check her out so you can get this thing going. Don't miss out. I'm telling you, the opportunity is there. If you really are serious about changing your life, if you're really serious about making things happen, I got the link down here below for my podcast. This will be uploaded to our podcast. You can also go there. Also, for the ones that want to go ahead and try out Friend Connector is what I use to grow my leads online. You can use that actually. It automates all through your friends list or people that you want to be potential prospects as far as buying your products, continually buying your products, introducing them to your products without you trying to do the guesswork and spending hours and hours sitting at the computer. Go ahead and get Friend Connector. Try it out today, 30 days free. That is the link down below. Again, guys, I thank you for tuning in. My name is Mr. Luke Evan Brooks. Thank you, Miss Rose. I see y'all on the other side. Take care.
Basta mabuhay mga Pilipino. Thank you.